For the month of September, there are challenges in your lives that feels like a little bit too much. Or is it? Because some problems may just be self-inflicted. Hello, my dear Leo friends. Welcome to your September 2019 reading. First of all, before everything else, let me give you a quick rundown of the content of this reading. First, I will give you a general reading spread. It can talk about your love or career or just in general. Then I will pull an advice card regarding your general reading. And then there will be two messages for career and two messages for love. Then I will be pulling top 3 advice cards for the month of September that will help most of you guys with the intention of moving energies for the best possible outcome for you this month. Okay? So, before that, let me go back to what was your energy update for August in your short form reading on Instagram. It says here that inaction and watching people succeed while you stay put may feel like weirdly comfortable. You need to move it. So, I already have your cards here for September 2019, and it really feels like you guys have troubles or some challenges in your life. However, there are people around you who are willing to help. It just feels like they're not being able to help you because of some trust issues or some kind of maybe pride a little bit that is coming from you, and you feel like you can do this or you want to hear other people's opinion. So it feels like you're kind of blocking them, even not intentionally. Maybe people want to come towards you, but it feels like they're a little bit intimidated by you because you're being represented by the King of Spade, and it feels like to me that you guys are just having this really, really strong vibe in you. It's like a very strong, you know, it's that kind of energy that is like intimidating presence coming towards you. And that's how people see you. And people see you maybe somehow like you're in control or feel seems like in control. So you're emanating this kind of energy from you guys, or this kind of image. In the past, you guys have things to celebrate. You guys have things to be happy about, and I'm not sure if you guys were able to really take advantage of that because right now maybe you're relaxed on things and feels like now you're a little bit in a panicking mode because you were not moving in the past. Right now you guys have some you guys have it feels like to me that you guys have so little to be appreciative about, and it's a little bit of a problem to me. The way I'm looking at all these cards is that because you guys are kind of in that complaining mode. I'm not saying that you love to complain all the time, but it's just that for this month it feels like you're a little bit in that zone. You will be easy it will be easier for you to be to look things or take things for granted. For example, someone gave you a gift, and let's say someone gave you a chocolate cake, but you wanted strawberry cake, and you're going feeling like, but I wanted strawberry cake, and it's this kind of feeling that it's something is not enough to you. Like you're complaining about things, and you're just looking at things in a very kind of. What I'm getting here is that also try to be careful of what you're saying, because it feels like to me when you're trying to express yourselves, you might be in a position wherein you will not have time to think about what you're saying, and you just say it out, and it offends people around you. It just this kind of feeling that you guys may not be in the best time to be in, to be judging things, expressing your opinions, because it feels like you guys somehow do not have much control, or maybe too preoccupied to actually think things through before acting and before saying things. It feels like to me that you guys are feeling it, are feeling challenged, are feeling burdened, and feels like there's so much things going on with you that you cannot control things around you. It feels like to me that, although having said that, it feels like to me that you guys are not exactly in your head, or you're not being in the present for some reason. For the month of September, it feels like you are too preoccupied about things, and forget to you may be forgetting how to center yourselves and be in the in wherever you are, and attack things head on, or attack things, or tackle things, handle things the way they are, instead of just abruptly expressing yourself and saying things that you don't mean in the end. It feels like you see other people have lesser problems compared to you, which I would kind of disagree, because there's a lot of the other signs that I've read, they have so much problems too. But anyway, that's not the case. It feels like I'm trying to fight with you, but not really. What I'm trying to explain here is that you guys are very prone to be in this mode, a volcano. It feels like it's easy for you to be angry. It's easy for you to shake up your temper, and it's going to be a very, very challenging month for you guys. And I want you guys to kind of hold it up a little bit, or maybe think kind of in a factual way, in a very logical way, of how things are. Because when we have problems, we tend to be a little bit emotional about things, and a little bit less logical. And I want you guys to somehow, I'm not saying everyone will have like big, big, big problems, but if you came across some challenges in the month of September, it feels like you might not be able to handle them as well as you want them to handle. And it's going to be like you guys are just very abrupt. Try to When we're emotional, we tend to be too abrupt in our actions, in whatever we're going to say. And I want you guys to be more logical, is what I'm saying. Be more logical and think, okay, if I do this, this is what will happen. If I do this will happen. And there's timelines in there that you have to think through, like, okay, by this time, or by this day, I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to worry about it now. So try to organize your thoughts, because it's going to be a little bit too hectic for you guys. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that if you guys, the next cards here tells me that when you tend to be a little bit too careless about your actions and your words, it feels like in a few months you guys are just going to look in the past, and somehow kind of bitter, because you will feel like, those were not problems. The things that I had in September, they were actually not bad. They were not bad. But why was I feeling so down about it? And why did I react this way? Blah, blah, blah. So this is the kind of energy that I'm getting from you guys. And it feels like so... like, like the how to say this. It feels like you will have some kind of regret in the future regarding your actions for the month of September. So I want you guys to be a little bit careful about it. It feels like you guys have so much things to worry about for the month of September, but actually half of it, or a big chunk of it, is just in your head. You're just making it up in your head. Like, I'm not saying you're making up your problems. What I'm saying is that you somehow echo it in your head, and you just kind of magnify it, or kind of amplify it, and become so much bigger than than what it is supposed to be. Okay, so try to put yourself out of the situation first and analyze it and see things for what it is. Okay. Now, your advice card for the month of for this general reading is God is your source. It says here that everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. So, it's not so bad, my dear Leo friends. It's just that your reaction to the things that you are going through, experiencing, is going to say a lot about how your month's going to turn out like. Now I am pulling two messages for the month of for career for the month of September. Now, you guys, I'm already seeing the cards here, and yeah, better check on those reactions, guys, because those reactions really control a lot of what's going to happen to you for the month of September. You guys, there's so much things happening. Definitely. There's so much victories. There's so much happiness going through. And there's a lot of waiting, a lot of things that are just not feeling so stable somehow. And there's a lot of happiness going on through, but a lot of challenges too. It seems like to me everything is actually with you when it comes to your career, but there's so much zigzag roller coaster ride with this thing. It's just the emotions are so high. If there's happiness, is so up there, kind of satisfaction when it comes to work or even your personal lives. It just feels so happy, and then somebody you go way down, and then you get so uncontrollable. You get so it feels like it's kind of like you switch from happy to anger to sad to just contemplating to happy again, and it feels like so much. There's gonna be a lot of drama when it comes to work, and I want you guys to be a little bit calm, chill. Okay, now there are some change of directions with you guys when it comes to work too. It feels like these things are changing you for the better. It feels like you guys are contemplating about things, and you guys are going to be a little bit focused on what is there. It feels like it's kind of a contrast to me. It's like a black and white thing. It's like a yin and yang. It feels like there are things that you are thinking or balancing that like, yeah, if I do this, this is the bad thing that will happen, but if I do this, this is the good thing that's going to happen. So it's kind of like you can see what is the good and bad. You can see the balance between good and bad when it comes to your work, the pros and cons. It's just that your reaction to it will be very, very conclusive about what's going to happen at work. It's just so it's telling me that you guys will have a lot of like you don't really feel there's no kind of stability when it comes to things, because things are just really like a big roller coaster ride for you guys, and I want you guys to be careful with your reactions. Now I'm pulling two love messages. It's going to be an erratic month for you guys. Okay. you guys, I get some repeating cards here, and it's telling me to tell you guys, or to inform everyone out there, to just be to have the best intentions for yourself. Plan something for the month of September, because it's going to have a lot of effect on you guys in the next months, or even throughout the year of 2019. It's just so it's a very strong message to me that whatever it is that is happening now, it's going to affect the rest of the months of 2019 for you guys. So I want you guys to be very careful. It's a lot of challenges, a lot of just things going on. Okay, for some of you guys who are going through a three-party situation, love triangle, you may be dealing with more than one people at the same time, or you may be one of the two people that the other person is flirting with. Now, there are things happening with you guys, so much challenges when it comes to this. I feel like the month of September is not the best month for you guys to be in love, or to be kind of in a relationship or in a dating scene. It feels like you guys have so much things happening in around you. And with your general reading, it just feels like it's not the best time for you guys, because you may not be in control of everything, or it feels like you're not in control of things. So I want you guys to be a little bit careful when you guys are trying to be a little bit trying to manifest love, because it doesn't feel like it's going to be the best month for you guys. And there's really something about the next months going towards the next months to be a little bit still in question, because of the things that is going to happen for the month of September. So be very careful. So for all of you guys who are in a three-party situation, I want you to be very careful, because it may result into something that is a little bit too heavy. That's what I'm getting here. It's too heavy. It feels like it's unnecessary, and it's too unnecessary drama for something that is not worth it. I don't see any point. If you guys, for a lot of single people out there, feel like it's not going to be the best month for you guys, it's just, you better try to stay low profile maybe. And if you guys are partnered, married, or whatever, you have a partner, discussions or heated debates is going to escalate very quickly, because you're not in control of it's not the best time for you guys. You guys just have so much in your hand right now, at hand right now. So I am going to be pulling three advice cards that will help most of the Leos out there. I'm doing three cards because I want to cover as much of the signs out there. Okay, your first card. Visualize abundance in all forms. It says here that God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. So, I want to take note of the first sentence here. God gave you such a great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. So what you visualize becomes reality, and I want you to be careful with your words and your actions, because it's a very manifesting month, very manifesting. It's a very pivotal month for you guys for the rest of for the rest of the year, for the month of September. So keep things positive. I know things are going to be a roller coaster ride. Things are going to be rocky, ups and downs, and please try to stay focused and try to just observe things happening, but don't react to it yet. Okay. Second card is attracting and not chasing. It says here that anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of fear's underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. Your last card is abundance mindset. It says here that if you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. So that is your September 2019 reading, my dear Leo family. I wish you the best, and please try to just observe things as they go and don't react until you really thought of what to do next. Okay? September is going to be a very crucial month for you guys, and it's going to affect the rest of your 2019. Okay? So I'll see you guys mid month. All the best.